With that, we kicked off our vacation to Nova Scotia. On day 1, we flew to Halifax from Toronto. It felt like moving from a concrete jungle to a real one. We rented a brand new Nissan Rogue. Incidentally, it had just clocked 10 kilometers. We then stocked up at Walmart, checked into our Airbnb that evening, and called it a night. On day 2, we started early and headed towards the Highland Village Museum in Iona. Although it was raining, the roads were beautiful. We got off to a great start to our first Canadian adventure. We grabbed a quick bite with a double at Tim Hortons, and it was time for some audiobooks.
Still within the hour. Stay out of the way till we clear the harbour. Island savage, I fumed.
We continued our journey to the museum. The place is located on top of a beautiful hillock surrounded by lakes and forests. Highland Village gives you an idea of how the first immigrants to Canada lived their lives. The clips ahead will take you through our journey there. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing alright.
That's good. This is.
What's cooking here?
Well, that's a bonnet. That's a bonnet. I'm making it to take on the boat. We're waiting for the boat to come. We're going to leave Scotland. We're going to go to the New World.
And what new world are you going to?
We're going to a place called Cape Breton. Told that if we get there, we'll be able to have our own land. They say this is the best time of the year to be sailing.
Okay.
Yeah, you might get there in about 6 weeks.
Kim and Hashiv, how are you today? Very well.
This is the next generation of house.
That would be correct. We have a lot of wood. As with the Isle of Beara, there are no trees, but we have lots here that we can use.
Nice food, Anju. It's a little chilly today.
Yes.
She had another baby on the way,
Okay.
and they were well established and stayed with her. And when I was leaving, I was there for 6 weeks. When I was leaving, she gave me 2 baby lambs, and that's how I started my sheep.
A lot of foundries are popping up now, and this one's from Lunenburg, and my father went and got this, and you can use it as much as you want. Really, what you don't want to do is praise it. You don't want to be praising the stove and saying, this is such an amazing stove.
Right, that's 60 horsepower, so
Yeah.
this is just one.
But I can get there faster.
Yeah. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಕಲು
Mental end.
ಅದು
Last ಕಡ್ಚೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸಾಂಬಾರ ಕಡಿಕೋದು.
ಎಡಕ್ಕೆ
Being the geeks that we are, we spent over a couple of hours in this spot. After this, we headed towards our Airbnb location for tonight. It was a quaint little campground on the highway just before the Cabot Trail. We were surrounded by pets and poultry, and they gave us company even to the washroom.
We got up early on the day of our anniversary to cover the famous Cabot Trail. After a lot of research, we decided to take the anti-clockwise route, which was supposed to be more adventurous.
The trail is a part of Cape Breton Highlands National Park, which runs for 300 kilometers and offers spectacular coastal views on one side and incredible greenery on the other. There were many viewpoints along the route, and we had a quick stop over here. Cabot Trail in Cape Breton. This is called the Aspy Fault.
Always had to find some water.
And now taking videos are so difficult with my husband around. Our journey continued to Pleasant Bay while driving along the mighty Atlantic. Here we got our first whale watching experience. It was quite chilly, but we just couldn't miss out.
Next stop was the Skyline Trail. The route had the most mesmerizing views, and we felt so little in front of the nature and its vastness. We drove across quite a lot of cottages, but way too few humans. We recommend just this part of the trip to come and visit Nova Scotia.
We are heading to the lovely Skyline Trail. Hi, say hi. After a lot of walking, I guess for 25 minutes walk. Oh my god, what a spot! Can you see the sunset? As this was a part of Cape Breton's National Park, we were lucky to see the Canadian moose roaming around in the wild on our way back. The next day, we headed back down south all the way to Truro, closer to Halifax. We thought we had had it all in terms of experience, but Tidal river rafting adventure blew our mind. We didn't know what to expect seeing the river so calm, but based on the reviews, we did not want to miss it out.
Oh, I can't line them up. They're all over the place. I can't line them up. Do you see any other boats here? Hold on. Lean in. That's probably the biggest wave we'll see today.
Onwards to Peggys Cove, a small fishing village just 40 kilometers from Halifax. This is one of those spots which isn't much different from what you might see on a postcard reel. The lighthouse perched on top of the rocks overlooking the rough waves is one of the most photographed spots in Nova Scotia. Moving on from Peggys Cove to Lunenburg. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site on the edge of the Atlantic. It is less crowded than Peggys Cove, but this place was great for a nice lunch and a nice stroll.
We then headed back to our next Airbnb location at Halifax. This was a very comfortable stay. The best part was the lovely backyard facing the river. We're just setting up campfire today.
Don't say we, it's I am.
Yeah, I'm motivational support. Penny Lane was the owner's dog, who was extremely friendly. We both, being crazy dog lovers, enjoyed the time playing with her. She had so much energy and she loved to fetch things thrown into the river. Are you ready? Are you ready? We visited the Army Museum, Halifax Citadel on our very last day, just before taking the flight. I was pretty excited for Vijay's visit here. Being a history buff, this was totally his zone. The museum tells a powerful and compelling story of our veterans.
Gatling gun was used in the late 1800s and early 1900s very cumbersome to use because this used to get stuck in mud. Time of First World War, we didn't have enough machinery to pull cannons and different artillery. So there used to be horse carriages pulling these Gatling guns.
Every day at 12 pm, gunners dressed in Brigade Royal Artillery uniform fire a cannon to announce the noon hour as a tribute to Halifax history. Nova Scotia is a beautiful province and has many experiences to offer. We look forward to keep exploring Canada and making many more memories.